I would think I'm having a spurty already. Nanda Baba ki jai!
Anyone has some burfi? We need some nice burfi, a lot of burfi. You're very famous for your very nice burfi. Come on. Some for our sacrifice. Huh? Some burfi? Good. Anyone has some coconut? Yeah. Okay, some brown coconut is good, but we need some green coconut. Yeah, come over there. Oh, you can, some more. This is nice. Oh, nice. Yes, good crop this year. Huh? Okay. And who has cleaned the rice? We need a lot of rice. The rice? Where's the rice? What's the rice? There's the rice. Then put it in this bowl.
Papa,
Yes?
Papa, kindly explain to me what this great endeavor here is all about. If this is all for sacrifice, then tell me, for whose satisfaction it will be? Papa, great personalities don't keep secrets. They share their heart openly.
Lala, don't disturb now. Go play with Baldu. So, what else? Yeah, the rice. Okay.
Papa,
Yep. Yes.
when people in this world perform activities, sometimes they know what they're doing, but sometimes not. But only by being conscious about one's activities, one can gain success with it. Baba, tell me, is this yagya you're doing, is it based on scripture, or is it just a local tradition?
Indra, he's the controller of the rain, and the clouds are his representatives. And they provide rainwater, which gives sustenance and happiness to all creatures. We and all rich Basis, we make offerings to him, grains and many other paraphernalia every year, so we can sustain our lives. We heard this from our forefathers, and by performing this, we will gain all good fortune.
But Baba, is it also raining on the sea?
Yes, of course, Lala. It is raining everywhere.
But then, Baba, do we also make a ceremony for the rain to fall on the sea?
No, Lala. This happens by the grace of the gods.
So, Baba, then the rain comes without puja. Why do we worship then this insignificant Indra?
This is our tradition and it is our duty to make these offerings to the gods.
Baba, since everything depends on our karma, our own conditioned nature, why should we bother worshipping God or demigods?
Lala, you are too talkative. What if Indra hears us? It is actually you're bewildering me. I don't even know what I shall answer. Maybe my friend Kalini can. What shall I tell to this boy? Yes. The Brahmanas, they maintain their lives by studying, and the Kshatriyas by protecting the country, and the Vaishyas by agriculture and by trading, and the laborers, they serve all the others. So, everybody must perform his duties. Tell me then, what shall we do?
Listen, Baba. Because we move around herding cows, our home is Vrindavan, forest and mountain. Our life depends on the healthy and well-fed cows. Govardhana Hill provides unlimited and fresh green grass to feed the cows. So, of course, the cowherd men should worship Giriraj mountain.
Ah, you mean a festival for the pleasure of the cows and all the devotees and of Govardhana Hill?
Ha, Baba. Let's use all the sweets you've collected and let's give it to Giriraj, not to Indra. We can use all the jalebis and all the sweet rice and the rubbery and vegetable soups. Let's all worship Govardhana mountain.
Ah. So then we should dress ourselves nicely and color the cows and decorate them?
We should all forget this insignificant Indra. Govardhana is our everything.
Ah, Govardhana!
So then, the Brijvasis, they decided, we'll take all the things that were prepared for the yajna, the sacrifice to Indra, and go to Giriraj Govardhana and worship Govardhana. So, they made a huge mountain of bhoga, of food to offer to Govardhana. And they all came there and offered that. So, where is our mountain of food for Govardhana? All Brijvasis come. So in this way, the Brijvasis then made mountains. The Brijvasis made a huge mountain of rice. This mountain of rice had rivers and waterfalls of ghee running down. It had forests of spinach. It had lakes of sweet rice. It had huge piles of puris and ladus and so many different preparations. And they put this in front of the mountain of Govardhana. And they prayed, "Oh, Giriraj Govardhana, please accept our offerings." At that time, a marvelous thing happened. Suddenly they saw an enormous form, 8 miles high, that looked exactly like Krishna. His head was covered with thousands of bouquets of flowers. He looked like a huge rain cloud in the sky, decorated with the lightning of his yellow shawl. And when Brijvasis saw this enormous form, They thought, what is this? Who is this? And there was a big commotion. Everyone said, "Bah!" More than that. Bah is Sanskrit for wow. So then Krishna, he came forward in front of all the Brijbasis, seeing that 8 miles high form. And he said, "Oh great personality, aap kaun hai? Who are you?" And Govardhana replied, "I am Govardhana. I am this mountain." When he said this, all the Brijbasis began to chant, "Jaya Giri Raja, Jaya Govardhana, Giri Raja, Jaya Govardhana, Giri Raja, Jaya Govardhana, Giri Raja, Jaya Krishna said to Nanda Baba, "Oh Baba, all these years you've been worshipping Indra, but did you ever see him with your eyes?" Baba said, "No." You see? So Krishna said, "But now this is the first time you worship Giriraj Govardhan, and his heart melting with compassion. He's appeared right before your eyes. So we should all give Dandavat Pranam to Govardhan." Actually, that huge form of Govardhan was Krishna himself. He had expanded himself in a huge form. But he was playing like a little boy and tricking everyone and saying, "Let's give Pranam to Govardhan." And they all gave Dandavat. Jai Govardhan! Everyone give Pranam. So then, Giriraj Govardhan, he saw all the offerings and he said, I never see any difference between you and me. This is the sweetness of Vrindavan. You see, in the Vedic culture, if someone is from a high caste, they eat with the people of the high caste. If someone is from a lower caste, they eat with the people of that caste. If people are from outcaste, they eat with those people. Each person eats with those in the same social status. But Giriraj Govardhan said, "I never see a difference between you and me. I'm not like other gods. So I'm going to eat everything right here in front of you." And you know, if you take some grains and you put them on the ground, then birds fly there and they eat the grains. So in the same way, Giriraj Govardhan extended his hand. And the preparations, the grains of rice began to fly through the air like birds and land in the palm of his hand. He ate them. And he reached out again. And the laddus and pakoras and puris everything were flying through the air and landing in his hand. And in this way, with one hand, he was eating all the offerings. And with the other hand, he was pointing up like this. "Haha, Indra, I am eating all your offerings." So after a short time, he'd eaten everything. He'd eaten everything. And there was nothing more left. And he was sitting in a very happy mood. And then, after offering bhoga, what do you have to do? You have to do arti. You have to offer arti. So then all the Brijbasis, they offered arti to Giriraj. Huh? Who has the... Aha, here it is. Jaya Giri Raja, Jaya Govardhana. Jaya Giri was so happy. He was beaming with joy. After he had finished eating, he took a bamboo tree and then he, toothpick, he used it as a toothpick. And then he took a lake of water and rinsed his mouth. And he sprayed it out, and wherever it landed, all green grass and flowers began to grow there. And then Giraj, he said to all of the Brijbasis, I am very pleased with your service. So please ask from me a benediction. Tell me what you want and I'll fulfill your desire. So what do you want? It was a very difficult question for the Brijbasis. Because they never think what they want. What do you want? Can't think of anything. There's only one thing they want. They folded their hands and said, Oh Giriraj, please.
May the son of Nanda Baba be always happy.
Yes, may the son of Nanda Baba always be happy forever and ever. So then Giriraj, he raised his hand. Tatastu. May it be. And then he disappeared. When he disappeared, all Brijbasis were standing and looking, thinking, what just happened? Was that real? Or was it a dream? So then Krishna told them, now we've done the Govardhana Puja, we should do Govardhana Parikrama. And all Brijbasis with Parikrama, they began to walk around Giriraj Govardhana. The cows were at the front. And then Krishna and the cowherd boys. And behind them the Brahmanas. And behind them the seniors like Nanda Maharaj, Upananda, Abhinanda, Sunanda. And behind them the mothers like Yashoda, Rohini. And behind them the gopis, Radharani, Lalita, Vishaka. And behind them the craftsmen and artists of Braj. So it was a very, very long parikrama. And as the gopis were walking along, they were singing songs. One gopi was singing, Giri Pujeya Bitam Kena. Giri Pujeya Bitam Kena. It means, who has inaugurated the festival of Govardhana? And each time they asked this question, then other gopis would reply, Agabaka Shakata Maranam Yena. That person who has defeated Agasur, Bakatashur, Shakatashur, Giri Pujeya Vitam Kena. And then other gopis would reply, Kaliya Damana Kalitam Yena. That person who danced on the head of Kaliya. So as they were walking around Govardhana, they were remembering each one of Krishna's pastimes that he had done throughout his life. And they were absorbed in ecstasy. But one problem, Radharani and the gopis are towards the back of the parikrama, and Krishna is right at the front, guiding the cows. So Krishna, he's always thinking, oh, where is my Radharani? She must be missing me. So Krishna has a stick in his hand. And he was dancing, he likes to dance, and throw his stick like a baton, spinning into the air, then catch it and dance again. So Krishna was at the front and he was throwing his baton in the air, and at the back Radharani was seeing. He said, oh, there's my Krishna, he's there. And as his stick went up, she said, oh, there's my Krishna. And as his stick fell from the sky, her tears were falling from her eyes in separation. Krishna could not tolerate this separation. So he took one cow, and he made the cow face the opposite direction, and twisted his tail. The cow went, ooh, 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 and ran the opposite direction through the parikrama. So the whole parikrama was going this way, and the cow was running this way through the crowds. And Krishna had a stick and was chasing the cow. Come back, come back. But if the cow slowed down, he would hit him again and make him go, come back, come back. In this way, by a trick, he was pretending to bring the cow back, but he was taking the cow through the Brahmanas, through Nanda Baba, through Yashoda, to where the gopis were. And when the cow ran through the gopis, then Krishna, in the crowd, he brushed up against the body of Radharani. She was very happy, but she made a face like, how dare you? And shot him with the arrow of her glance. But Krishna was very happy that he had a chance to meet with Radharani just for a moment. He's only 7 years old at this time. And so their love is just starting. It has not developed yet, just starting. So then when they finished the parikrama, they camped there for the night. And then the next day, it was Bratri Dvitiya, means Brother's Day. On the Brother's Day, the brother goes to the house of the sister, and the sister makes sweets, and the brother gives gifts to the sister, and the sister takes some sweets, and with her own hand, she feeds her brother. Haribo. So Krishna went to the house of Kundalata. Kundalata is his cousin sister, the daughter of Upananda. So Kundalata was feeding Krishna. But Kundalata has a friend, Srimati Radharani. So on the pretext of visiting her friend, Radharani came there, and so Krishna and Radharani had another chance to visit. And then, of course, Sridham had to visit his sister. So Sridham went to visit Radharani, and on the pretext of being Sridham's friend, Krishna also came. So in this way, Radha and Krishna had two chances to meet on Brother's Day. Bratri Dvitiya. Then the next day came. The next day is Tritiya. On that day, you see, Indra was in heaven. And while all the kirtan was going on, Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana Jaya Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana. Indra was feeling pain. Indra went to his doctor. You know, in heaven the doctors are the Ashwini Kumars. He said, "Oh my dear doctor, I'm suffering a terrible earache. My ears are aching." So then the doctor checked his ear and said, "I know the cause of your earache. It's a kirtan that's going on down on earth. There's a village there, and they've taken all the offerings which were meant for you, and they've given them to Giriraj Govardhana." Then Indra became ferocious. He called, "Oh, Sambartak Meg, the clouds which destroy the world at the time of annihilation, come here." And the powerful clouds of destruction came. "Oh yes, Devaraja Indra, how can we serve you?" "Lightning, come here." The lightning gods came. "Oh Devaraja Indra, how can we serve you?" "Oh wind gods, come, Vayudev." The wind god, "Oh Devaraja Indra, how can we serve you?" He said, "Go at once and destroy Vrindavan. Destroy all the Brijvasis and make them pay for not giving respect to me." So down on earth, suddenly, the sky became dark, and it began to thunder and rain.
Krishna, save us from the wrath of Indra.
Yes, Narayan will surely empower our Krishna to protect us. Don't worry. He brought us in this situation
Situation.
But He always protected us.
Aber er hat uns immer geschützt.
So then, the Brijbasis, they surrounded Krishna. Nanda Maharaj came to Krishna and said, look, you told us not to worship Indra, and now we are all going to die. The rain is coming, flooding everyone. Everyone is freezing cold. Krishna said, oh Baba, don't worry about anything. Giriraj is powerful. He's accepted all the offerings of Indra, so surely he will save us. Let's go to Giriraj Govardhana, and he will give us shelter. So then Krishna led all the Brijbasis, and he came to Govardhana. And as they were looking, as they looked on, they couldn't understand how it happened. But Krishna, by a miracle, he lifted Giriraj Govardhana. So then Krishna, when he lifted Govardhana, all of the Brijbasis, their hair stood on end like needles. What is this? They couldn't believe it. Just, I can see some of your hairs are standing on end. Krishna said, oh Pita, oh Mata, oh mother and father, oh cows and cowherd boys, don't be afraid. Come under the shelter of Giriraj Govardhana. It's dry here. It's safe here. But they were thinking, oh, how can he hold the hill? It may fall down. So Krishna, come on, come on. I'm not trembling because of the weight of the hill. I'm trembling seeing you trembling out there in the rain. That's making me tremble. So come inside. And then I'll stop trembling. So then Balaram got behind Nanda Baba and others and pushed them under the hill. Come on, get up. Balaram was pushing. Krishna said, hey, this is very easy. I didn't lift Govardhana. Govardhana is doing a pastime of floating in the air and just keeping my hand underneath. And just to prove it, watch this. He was holding it on his hand, then Krishna danced and just held by his little finger. And all Brijbasis chanted, Jai! Krishna said, look, underneath Govardhana, there is a staircase of jewels. And if you go down the staircase of jewels, there you can see there are beautiful palatial houses with hot and cold running water, with very fresh, fragrant breezes, and all things you need for your comfort. So just come here and we'll celebrate a festival here. At that time, the Brahmanas began to chant mantras of auspiciousness. Om Swastino Govinda, Swastino Achutananto, Swastino Vasudevo, Vishnu Dadatu. Dancers began to dance. Magicians began to do magic shows. Jugglers were juggling. And in this way, all Brijbasis, they were having a great celebration and a wonderful party in a wonderful mystical world beneath Giriraj Govardhana. Giriraj Govardhana ki! Brijbasis? It's all very spontaneous. Vrindavan and make any disturbance. Yogamaya had brought Indra to Vrindavan to make this disturbance so that Krishna could have a chance to be a hero in front of Srimati Radharani. You see, Radharani unfortunately had been married to Abhimanyu. So she was not allowed even to look at Krishna. If any of the gopis would look at him, others would criticize him, saying, "Why are you looking at someone? He's not your husband." But now Radharani had come, and all Brijbasis were seeing Krishna lift Govardhana hill. And if any mother-in-law or someone will say to the gopis, "Why are you looking at Krishna?" Then they'll say, "Why are you looking at Krishna? We're all looking at Krishna. He's holding Govardhana hill." And when Krishna looked at Radharani, then his hand began to tremble in ecstasy. And all the hard endeavor of holding up the hill, he thought, "Oh, it's worthwhile just to behold the beautiful face of Srimati Radharani." Sakhas.
Sakha! The mountain is shaking. It might just fall on us!
You must be tired from lifting the heavy hill. Take rest. We'll take over the test to lift Govardhana hill.
Anyway, my friend Kanai, it's us. It's us who give all power to you. To defeat the many demons it's only possible. We stole the fresh book.
Acha bhaiya! Krishna, now you just leave it to us. Don't think you are all special because you have these signs on your hands. Don't forget that it was us who taught you how to play in the forest, who took care of you while you were resting during the day.
I always defeated you at the play at Vandiravat. But you were always the weakest of all of us.
Every morning, when we left to the forest, we have to agree to take you back safely from the forest. All him Braj are just worried about you.
Krishna, listen. It was me who took the cows out in the forest during the midday. While you were just resting in a lonely place in the forest.
You have to stand for so long. You must be tired. Take some butter and give me your finger. I will give you a massage.
Chalo! Chalo!
For 7 days, Krishna was lifting Govardhana mountain. And underneath, all devotees were having a wonderful time. No one can describe the millions of pastimes which are going on there. But Indra, he called his lightning gods, "Oh, lightning gods, how is the destruction of Braj? Please go and see and bring news back to me." So they went and then they came back and they said, "Hey, Devaraj Indra, we can inform you that Braj is completely flooded Everything has been destroyed. We cannot see even one living person still left alive. Indra said, okay, very good. But just go back one more time and check. So then the lightning gods and wind gods, they went back to Braj and they looked. And then they came back to Indra. They said, oh Devraj, Indra, your majesty, we have not good news. Having looked at Braj a second time, we've noticed that a mountain called Govardhana has floated into the sky. and all the Brijbasis are underneath the mountain and they're having a festival. Indra said, what is this? If you want to do a job right, you have to do it yourself. Airavat. And Indra called his elephant Airavat. And Indra got onto the back of his elephant and took his thunderbolt weapon, which is so powerful. It shoots thunder and lightning and can reduce a mountain to powder and dust in a second. So Indra was flying through space on his elephant with his thunderbolt weapon. And he could not wait to even arrive at Earth. From outer space he was shooting. The lightning gods came to him. He said, how is it? Have I destroyed them yet? They said, my lord, in Vrindavan, not even one leaf has fallen from a tree. Not even one ant has a broken leg. Everyone is just having a party. They're perfectly happy. They're happy. I cannot tolerate that those who don't respect me are happy. So then, Indra, he flew on his elephant and he came above Govardhana. And with his thunderbolt weapon, he was shooting. Until he totally ran out of energy. And he was about to have a heart attack. But still, there was no damage whatsoever. And then Indra thought, oh, I heard a story from the Puranas that sometimes Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, incarnates as a cowboy in Vrindavan. He must be the one who is holding up the hill. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? And just as Indra was lamenting in this way, as he lamented in this way, one yaksha called Shankachuda, very foolish person, he arrived on the scene. Devaraj Indra, my pranams to you. I have come from the lotus feet of the son of Drumil Danava. That means Kamsa Maharaj. I have come from the lotus feet of Kamsa Maharaj, the demon of Mathura. And I'm bringing this message for you. Dear Indra, when insignificant persons disrespect powerful persons, then they simply invite their own destruction and death. So, as you know, Kamsa Maharaj is very afraid of Krishna. And he keeps sending many demons to Vrindavan to try to kill Krishna. But now he's found that the enemy of the demons, that means the king of the heaven, the demigods, Indra, he's also trying to destroy Vrindavan. So Kamsa is sending a letter. Oh my dear Indra, keep up the good work. Well done, well done, well done. Congratulations to you. Keep bombing Braj. We'll get that boy eventually. Hey, why are you upset that they won't offer any yagya to you? You come to Mathura and we'll do so many yagyas for you. We're very pleased with you. So keep up the good work. Yours sincerely, Kamsa Maharaj. Indra thought, oh no. I've been so stupid that now I'm getting fan mail from the demons. Some Vartak made Cloud demigods, please come back. Lightning demigods, please stop. Thunder demigods, wind demigods, all come back. Now Indra was really embarrassed, but he didn't want to show his embarrassment in front of his juniors, all the gods who were under him. So he said, listen, you stop raining now. Because actually, you know, Krishna, he's known as Upendra. He's my younger brother. And I just did this whole thing just to test him. And Krishna, he's passed my test now, so you can just stop raining, okay? So then all the rain and thunder and everything stopped. And then Krishna told the Brijvasis, oh, look, the weather has become beautiful. You can now all come out from underneath the hill. Go quickly from underneath the hill. So they all came out from underneath the hill. And when they came out from under the hill, then in a miraculous way, Krishna put down Giraj Govardhana. And then, with a big celebration, all the Brijvasis singing kirtan and dancing from Govardhana, they went back to the village of Nandagaon. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is said that as they were going back, the demigods were showering flowers. But why were they showering flowers? Because they were thinking, oh, Indra told us to congratulate Krishna, he passed Indra's test. Well done, well done. So when the Brijvasis got home, it's a very interesting thing. Krishna lived in Govardhana, and his beauty is so intoxicating, people can't even think this is all Krishna. But when they went home and they weren't seeing the beauty of Krishna anymore, then their intelligence kicked in, and they began to think, wow, how did that happen? So something strange about this son of Nanda Maharaj, that he can lift a mountain for 7 days.
Oh, Nandu!
Hola!
Bolo! How are you? How was your day?
Hola!
Yes, Nandu.
How did our Krishna lift up this big Govardhan hill? Do you remember? He killed that great demoness Putna and other demons. First we thought it was only because of the benediction of the Brahmanas. Or just the good fortune of Nanda Baba.
Nandu, I tell you one thing. All these presumptions are not true. Because how could a 7-year-old child lift up this huge mountain for so many days? Krishna is not an ordinary human being. He must be the Supreme Lord himself. Sure.
But how is it that till the time we don't put him on our lap and give him our affection, he becomes all morose and upset? He likes our love and affection.
You're right, Nandu. How can the Supreme Lord have such feelings? We are unable to establish the truth. Come, let's go and see the highly intelligent King of Braj, Nanda Maharaj.
This is a good idea. He will clear all our doubts for sure.
Definitely.
Baba, pranam!
Pranam, pranam.
Pranam, Baba. Baba, we have something in our heart. You please hear us and relieve all our doubts. Our Krishna, he has done wonderful and astonishing activities. How is it that he is born in a coward community like ours? He is the object of our joy and criticism. Even great demigods are not born in a family as low as ours, Baba.
But Nanda, if he's not the Supreme Lord, then how could he lift this huge mountain like Govardhana? Just like a lotus.
Baba, you know when our Krishna, he was merely a child. And he could barely open his eyes. He drank the milk from that great demoness Putna. And while doing so, he sucked her life air out. Ah, Baba?
But Nanda, our Gopal, when he was only 3 months old, crying and kicking his feet, turned over this huge cart.
Baba, when our Lala was just 1 year old, he was taken high up in the sky by this demon Trunavard. He just put his arms around his neck, and Trunavard could not take his weight. He fell down and died.
Once, his mother tied him up with a rope to a mortar. Because she had stolen butter from the gopis' home. Crawling on his hands, he pushed down a pair of very strong Arjuna trees.
Baba, how is it that our Krishna, he could humble the king of snakes, Kalya, and order him to leave the lake from Jamuna river? How is this possible, Baba?
Now, if you think that he's the Paramatma, I mean, how could it be that the self-satisfied Paramatma is loving all beings of Braj, the animals and the trees? If he were a Paramatma, he would be really neutral, all and to everything.
Baba, we are completely astonished and bewildered. How could our Krishna lift up this big Govardhana hill?
There comes a saying to my mind that until the Gopas, they do not mature until they become 18. Somehow by chance this popped up into my mind. So, my dear cowherd man, Listen to my words and let your doubts be gone. Once upon a time, Gargamuni, he spoke to me the following words. This child has many names and many forms. And he will perform activities which will give bliss to all in Gokul and will be very auspicious. Indeed, this boy of yours is as good as Narayan. So, this means, O coward men, that sometimes some power of Narayan enters into Krishna. Yes, they do not become bewildered. This does not make him God, you see. If he were the self-satisfied absolute truth, then he would not become thirsty and hungry. Huh? The self-satisfied Paramatma will not steal butter and yogurt from other people's houses. No. The absolute truth, God does not play tricks, tell lies, chatter childishly, and tend calves. No, no, no. Don't think he's God, but rather give him your love and affection and bless him.
Baba, I think we got it.
Finally.
It is only because of your daily worship of Narayan that he is a little empowered.
Yes. Little empowered. Yes.
And only out of his nature, sometimes he becomes angry.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes he's desirous of your affection.
Oh yes. Very desirous of your affection. Very desirous.
So, not to worry. We will teach him good manners.
Yes.
And we will bless this child.
Oh Nandu.
Bola.
Now, Nanda Baba has enlightened us that Krishna is just one of us.
So much better now.
Great.
So just in case you were confused about the Siddhanta, the philosophy of Bhakti, in case you were thinking that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we are very fortunate to have the association of Nanda Maharaj, who has enlightened us all. And now all confusion has gone away, and we know that Krishna is just the son of Yashoda, the friend of Subha.
And my son.
Yes, his son. Not only Yashoda's son, also Nanda's son. And shh, don't tell anyone. But I think he's in love with Radha. So, what happened? After Indra had become embarrassed, he went back to the heavenly planets. And he was completely depressed. Completely depressed. His guru, that is Brihaspati, came to him and said, "Oh Indra, even though you have 1,000 eyes," you know, Indra has 1,000 eyes all over his body. "Even though you have 1,000 eyes, you are completely blind. What have you done? You have been blinded by pride, by false ego." So, now, in a situation, a very serious situation like this, only one person can help you. You should go to Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, and take advice from him. So then Indra, he went to Lord Brahma and bowed down to him. "Oh Brahmaji, please give me advice. What can I do? I went to Vrindavan and I made a great offense. I've made a great offense." Lord Brahma said, "How can I give you advice? I went to Vrindavan, I also made a great offense." Because Brahma had tried to steal Krishna's friends and cows. "What advice can I give you? I also made offense." You know that the poison of pride is very difficult to digest. Who can tolerate the poison of arrogance? Very difficult. He said, "But I know one thing. One thing I know, and that is that Krishna loves cows. So I suggest to you that you should go to this planet, Surabi Lok, where the mother of all the dynasty of cows." Okay, just wait there. You should go to Surabi Lok, where the mother of the dynasty, the goddess of all cows, resides. And if you go with her and apologize to Krishna, when Krishna sees the cow, his heart will melt and he'll forgive you. So then, Indra... Excuse me, special effects department. Just close your eyes for about 10 seconds. Indra, Indra was very embarrassed and he went to Surabi Lok. "Oh Surabi, oh mother of all cows, please, please come with me. I want to go and pacify Krishna." Surabi said, "Now when the sages even hear the name of Indra, they cover their ears." Stop. But anyway, Surabi was thinking, all the cows on earth, they are my children. And they get to feed Krishna their milk, but I've never had such an opportunity. So even though I don't want to go with this despicable Indra who's made so many offenses, but anyway, I'll go because I may have the chance to serve Krishna. So then Indra and Surabi, they set out for Govardhana. Come on. Okay, wait. Okay, Surabi, look, this is what we got to do. You go first and you cheer him up. And then he won't be so harsh with me. Surabi said, no, you go first. Because if a person is trying to use someone else to pacify the other person, when they're upset, that means actually you're not sincere. Oh no, I've been caught. It means you're not sincere, so you will have to go yourself. So then Indra, he was very shy and very embarrassed. But he came out from his hiding place and fell at the feet of Krishna. and tears were flowing from his 1,000 eyes. He was thinking, if Krishna doesn't forgive me, then how will I defeat all the demons? And then Indra stood before Krishna, and Krishna said, "Hey Bhagavan." Indra was so ashamed. He's calling me Bhagavan, because I thought I was. "Hey Bhagavan, you are so causelessly merciful to me," Krishna said, "because you have come to give me your darshan, even after I offended you by stopping your yagya." Indra's heart, it was as if his own thunderbolt had shot himself in the heart. His heart was broken into pieces, and he began to pray, "Oh my Lord, you are the very embodiment of Vishuddha Sattva, pure existence, beyond Tamagun, beyond Rajagun, no, beyond Sattvagun. You are the origin of all existence. You never see the dualities of good or bad. And therefore, it cannot be that you have stopped my sacrifice out of enmity towards me. You have love for everyone. So I understand that I have become proud. And due to this pride, I acted in a foolish way. And now, very kindly, out of your causeless mercy, you have lifted Govardhana hill and you have punished me to rectify me, to purify my heart." Then Krishna, he said to Indra, "O Indradev, you are my eternal servant. But you thought that you were very far away from me. And how far? How far is anyone away from me? The distance is their pride. How much pride they have, this is how far they are away from me. So out of love for them, I put the living entities into embarrassing situations." Have you ever been in one of those? Yes, Krishna's doing it. He's doing it. Why? I put the living entities into the difficult situations out of kindness to cut their pride, so they can realize that I am always with them, I am always close to them, I am always in their heart, and I want their love. So then Indra, he said, "My Lord, I will consider your great mercy upon me. If we can do your puja, if we can do abhishek of you and worship you, and give you the title Govinda." Govinda. Go means cows. So the cow, all the demigods live in the body of the cow. So Krishna being Govinda, the Lord of the cows, means he's also the Lord of all demigods and worshipable by everyone. So when Krishna smiled, then Surabi came up to Krishna, wagging her tail. Surabi, can you come? And Krishna stood up and said, "Oh mother, I am so happy to see you." And Surabi was overjoyed because she wanted to do abhishek of Krishna with the milk from her own udders. So then, from all over the universe, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and in the Surya Dev, Chandra, the god of the sun, the moon, the wind, and all the demigods, all the sages, Narad Muni, Vishwamitra, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, all the chaste ladies of the universe like Aditi and Anasuya, they all came and surrounded Krishna. And Surabi and Indradev did a puja to Krishna. Glorify him by the name Govinda. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopal Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Govinda And when the demigods, they had completed their puja, then they all returned to their heavenly planets, flying through the sky. Come on, Sarabi, fly through the sky.